This is the Venibot 1000 Mastery game in the Valentine 2 on Desert Sands. And we're going to head over to the plane here on our right. And I'm not the fastest tank in the game, so instead of heading to the extreme right, like the majority of my teammates, I'm going to go slightly more central because I'm expecting the Reds to come down the channel there just in front of the nose of the plane. And if I want to spot anything, this gives me half a chance of doing so. And I'm rewarded by spotting the PZ3, and even more so when I fire a snapshot here that hits him right in the hatch. And that's not a bad shot. But you'll notice as we go through this, the penetration the Valentine 2 has is pretty low. As you can see there, the Valentine on their team is bright red to my AP rounds, and the TH2 bounces. And this does become a game of selecting the right ammunition for the right target. And again, trying APCR into the turret of the Valentine doesn't work, which is quite reassuring because that means it's the same for them. But with no targets there to the left, I'm moving over to the right. I can see the teams have both faced each other on this side, and I go for the PZ3 here and miss the snapshot. But he will get his comeuppance very shortly. But as you can see, that Valentine very difficult to pen, especially at that angle. Switch to APCR, but he does straighten up now, so if you notice I'm at an angle there to him, but he is straight on to me, so I'm firing APCR, which is still only giving me probably a 70% penetration rate against this particular tank. But if he just drives backwards like that, there you go. I look to go to AP again, and as you can see it's bright red, so APCR is the answer. And I'm moving to engage the T28. But if you look behind him, PZ3 has popped up, and there's the shot over the top of the T28 to get the kill that I missed out on earlier. And you can run, but you can't hide, it seems. And the T28 here does his best. He's getting in my way. Come on, T28, move, because I want to engage the PZ3. And again, that's a bounce from AP. And we switch to APCR, and we're still getting a few bounces. He's doing well, he's moving around. He does get tracked though, and I go for the kill shot here. But even when I do land it, the friendly team player's shot lands just before mine. And we've now got a Hetzer pushing around behind us, so we've really got to push on this PZ3 because although he can do some damage to me, he is less of a threat than the Hetzer, who will absolutely annihilate me. He gets some rapid track repair there, I'm not quite sure how he's done that. But I am firing APCR here just to make sure, not so much because of this particular tank, but because that Hetzer is coming and I want to get rid of the PZ3 before I'm faced with the Hetzer. And only when I'm absolutely guaranteed square onto his front plate do I switch back to AP to put a couple more shots in. The Chiha is well back in spawn. I'm not even sure if he's spawned into the game, doesn't seem to be doing much. So the Hetzer is a threat as opposed to a Chiha AFK tank. So it's 5 on 5, there's 2 of us left. I'm pushing on the Hetzer here, and I use the speed I've gained from going down the hill to go round him. And I'm looking for trap shots here, which I managed to land just there to keep him still, and that is enough for me to be able to push behind him. And the Chiha is now available, a viable threat, but I managed to put my front plate towards him. I'm now firing over the back of my tank to the Hetzer, who's pretty much decided he's had enough. He is running away, and it's AP rounds into the back of him. I'm not quite sure where he was going, but the Chiha, because again I'm angling to him, is now moving backwards and is continually bouncing. It does get me here, but it's on the tracks. I'm showing him the tracks, happy for him to hit those, and I just continue to fire into his front plate, which ultimately sets him on fire and kills him. So 4 kills, we're looking in the region of 1500 damage, and the top gun as well. And although APCR was fired when needed, still making 19,000 credits and 43 shots landed but 32 penetrations, which shows you the requirement to select the right ammunition.